You know what? We'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. We'll give you an Australian one. We haven't done one in a bit. Ridiculous Australian TV interviews. I've probably seen most of these, but maybe there'll be something new here. Maybe. Also, Yurak is always a lot of fun anyway, so let us check it out. I'm sure you're definitely not going to get, this video definitely didn't have to go through some demonetization and then modification. Surely not. Surely not.
Australian TV has given us some of the greatest
Get your
moments
hands
in the
off
history
my
of the
penis.
world. From legendary moments to ridiculous news stories, and of course, the topic of today's video, legendary interviews. Now, when it comes to TV interviews of the legendary variety, they're pretty few and far between. You'd be lucky to get a couple a year, but we've recently been given a new contender. So it's time to stop
I don't know about this one,
and get
man.
into some of the greatest interviews in Australian TV history. That I haven't already covered, of course. Starting off with this brand spanker. Now, the story goes, there was a man driving his VY Commodore through Guildford in Sydney's west, when all of a sudden, to quote the man himself, he f***ing lost it. And as much as I hate to just let clips play and not talk over them, this is one of the ones where you just have to let it play, and we'll do a little recap at the end.
Can I have a smile on my face? Or have to be serious? Honestly, I was coming up with the boys, I was in the car going home.
This fucking, oh my god, this fucking accent. Oh, okay, this is gonna be I already know it's gonna be fucked. Okay.
Smile on my face? Or have to be serious? Honestly, I was coming up with the boys.
Yeah,
I was in the car going home. Bro, all I see, the VY, he's sending it up the road. Bang! He lost it. Cops all behind him. Lost it, smashed into the cars, and I'm looking. I go, oh, you all good? Bro, the guy was chipping out. He was chipping out so bad. But, bro, he was going off.
What happened after he crashed?
Honestly, I stopped, I looked, laughed at him and drove off. Because I can't help him, there's all coppers there. What if I get in trouble?
True, brother.
What do you think about his driving?
Pretty can't lie.
This guy did this interview perfectly. He of course mentioned the Centrelink Chariot, the VY Commodore, quoted a line from the infamous Mr. Drifter video, and of
This sounds a little put on. No, that's his actual accent. No, that is how yep. That's an actual real accent. I know people that speak like this. That is a real accent.
course the remark about looking at him, laughing and driving off was just a cherry on top. I reckon this one's up there for contention for the 2026 Australian News Interview of the Year. Now this next one's one that I've had in my arsenal for a few years
He's not Australian,
now. I've put a few clips of it in some of my videos, but I've never done a deep dive into it, so let's get into it. Now this news story that you're looking at here was obviously aired on a slow news day, and is basically the tale of two neighbours bluing over our main protagonist here doing burnouts up and down the street in his pristine Falcon, when all of a sudden his neighbour lost it and let the chopper sing. And what followed was one of the most intellectual and important news stories and interviews in Australian and world history.
Come outside, jumped in my car and gone and ripped it up the road.
As you do.
Big burnout, and then we've had some crazy old bastard from down the road come and shoot at us pretty much. Pumped two into my windscreen, one into the radiator, one into the bumper, and then one into the house, one at me while I was on the deck.
And that pretty much sums it
up.
As you do,
but
that of course is not where this story ends.
Oh.
Was he saying anything to you?
You mother think you're deadly? And that's it. That's all he said, and then he's just shot everything inside. I was going to belt the shit out of him too and come up here and shoot my house while I got kid inside. That's just unacceptable. Even though we did a burnout, it's still unacceptable.
Now our main protagonist, Shane Haggis, I think his name is, acknowledges
that's still unacceptable.
Now our main protagonist, Shane Haggis, I think his name
I was going to say, no, he's not actually Shayna.
Acknowledges that doing a burnout was not the right thing to do. However, hitting his residence with the switch was also not the right thing to do by the neighbour. So after a little bit of name calling...
What was going through your head when your car's getting fired?
What Fruit Loop? Who does this, you know? That's Fruit Loop.
And a rundown...
That's Fruit Loop. I might have to use that one. That's actually great. That's Fruit Loop.
Of the sustained injuries.
Shane copped a wound to his toe.
Oh no, his little toesies.
This news reporter who, like this top comment said, probably spent 3 years in uni just to get sent out to do this bullshit, decided to get a neutral opinion from someone who's not part of...
Is that a fucking... No, okay, wait. I know what that... Okay, sorry. We need to address this shirt. So... That's Fruit Loop. What does that mean? That means he's crazy. I love this shirt. That's a parody of a fucking Jack Daniels bottle. Let's see if we can find the shirt. Jack shit shirt. Jack Daniels shirt. Wait, is that it? Oh, nah. That's not it. Fuck, we're not going to find it. Where the fuck did you get this shirt? Fuck. I love this shirt, though. I want this shirt. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome.
Either one of the two.
This dude. I have family. He's wearing the fucking cap. He's bald. I have family members that look exactly like this.
Parties involved. And of course they chose this guy wearing a shirt that says jack shit, and he had some good things to say.
Got kids and school buses and animals.
And then she returns back to Shanos, who enlightens us of previous encounters with said neighbour.
Only last week, his floodlight copped a bullet from the same disgruntled...
This guy is spiritually American. I'm good. What are we watching? We're watching ridiculous Australian TV interviews.
Neighbour. Last week, his floodlight copped a bullet from the same disgruntled neighbour.
Why did he do it that time?
Mate did a burn-in outside.
This is not only one of the greatest news stories and interviews of all
stop fucking doing burn-outs in front of his house. He's going to stop fucking shooting at you.
Time. It's arguably the greatest piece of media to ever come out of Australia. You've got Ford and Holden, Jack Daniels, a crazy gunman on the loose, burnout, bare feet. What else could you want? Next up, of course, we're going to talk about Chopper Read.
Oh,
now, Chopper Read
God,
was no stranger to a TV interview, and as with anything to do with Chopper, his interviews are always very entertaining and very funny. But of course, he has two interviews that stand out the most. There's of course his final interview on 60 Minutes, where he admits to 4 just before he dies of liver cancer. But that's not the one we'll be focusing on in today's video. Now, before we get into this interview, I have to say that I don't condone anything that you're about to see. It's all entirely for entertainment and educational purposes, and this entire interview is uploaded on YouTube and has been so for years. So YouTube, I'd prefer if you didn't take this video down like you did with my last two in a row. Anyway, let's get into it. In November of 1991, Chopper Read had just been released from Melbourne's Pentridge prison for, you know, the usual, where he swiftly moved to Tasmania simply because they have the most relaxed gun laws in the country at the time. It's also important to note that this was a few years before Port Arthur. Anyway, the next year...
Port Arthur, in case you don't know, is the shooting that happened that led to the change in Australians' gun laws, where basically they bought up... The government bought up most of the firearms. We still have guns in Australia. People think we don't. We do. It's just now you basically need them for like a shooting and a hunting... Like a sports shooting and hunting license is basically the only reason you can get a gun now. Self-defense is not a reason you get one. So way less people have them. They require a strict background check and all this stuff. It's pretty hard to get your hands on one now, but you absolutely can.
1992, news reporter Renee Brack decided to head down to Tasmania and give Chopper an interview. And it's safe to say that it made for some good TV. They started off by going into the local pub, where according to the crew, he ordered his signature drink, the Dirty Father, which is made up of 5 shots of white spirits mixed with milk.
Oh, what the fuck?
To drink the Dirty Father, which is made up of 5 shots of white spirits mixed with milk in a...
What the fuck? What? Nah, that's cooked. That's not a real drink. He made that up. Dirty Father drink. I cannot find any reference. He made that. That's his own drink. He fucking made that up.
7-ounce glass. Yum. He then took him back to his place and showed off his nerf skills with old Trentos here, who I don't think had much of a say in it. He then laughed at all the contracts that had been put on him.
There's 2 serious ones. The rest are all jokes. Don't worry about them. The contracts that the Italians put out on me, they're just good for a giggle.
Geez, he must have been a good builder. And then, of course, he told him why he had so much loot.
Because I have a great interest in keeping the rabbit population down. I feel that it's my duty to keep the rabbit population down. I know a lot of human rabbits too.
He then talked about the line of work he's in.
So, how would you describe yourself? What is the job or trade you've been doing for the last 10 years?
The garbage disposal. A sanitary engineer.
Chopper was a fucking unit.
He then talked about the line of work he's in.
So, how would you describe yourself? What is the job or trade you've been doing for the last 10 years or more?
The garbage disposal. A sanitary engineer.
Which of course is the same line of work Tony Soprano was in. Maybe they worked together at some point. And of course, as it always goes with Chopper, and the reason I've barely touched on him at all on my YouTube channel is because a lot of this interview I just can't put in the video. There's a link to the full thing below, but here are some of the highlights.
Chopper started a new life in Tasmania, primarily because it has the laxest gun laws in the country. You don't have ears like Mickey Mouse, that's for sure. Can you tell us what happened to your ears?
You're getting a bit personal there, aren't you? If I shot you in the kneecap, Renee, we're entering Logie territory. You're the only journalist that's ever had a crack at my ears, you cheeky young bugger.
Was it to prove a point to a warden?
No, just to prove to get out of Haste Division. And then everyone else thought there was something to be gained, and they all started cutting off their ears, and a couple of characters cut off their and I bailed out of the gang. When the dicky birds start hitting the pavement, I'm out. That's it, me, I'm gone, finished.
But the main highlight of this interview, which is why it's so notorious, so ridiculous, and so out of this world, is when he played Russian roulette with himself and Renee Bratt. Now, obviously nobody was hurt, fortunately, but if you go to the comments of
she's like, she does not know what to do here. She's like, is this real? Is this fake? Am I going to die? Like, I don't think she fully understood what she was getting herself into. Do people really cut? Yeah, I actually wasn't aware of that part. But yeah, I don't think she really knew what she was getting into when she was interviewing Chopper.
With himself and notorious, so ridiculous and so out of this world, is when he played Russian roulette with himself and Renee Bratt. Now, obviously nobody was hurt, fortunately, but if you go to the comments of the video on her channel, she claims that the next time the trigger was pulled, the blicky did go off. Now, I can't confirm or deny this, but I wouldn't put it past Chopper. This is by far the most bizarre interview of all time, and the most controversial, full stop. And the most ironic thing about this whole interview is it was supposed to be about Chopper and how he's turned away from a life of crime.
When he was released from jail last year, he wrote a best-selling book and said he was finished with crime.
He said he got too old and he moved down to Tassie to start a new life. However, 4 days later, he was rearrested again after infamously shooting Sid Collins in the leg and then driving him to hospital. You can say a lot of things about Chopper Reid, but what you can't say is that he's not entertaining. Anyway, moving on. Now, this next one's a little bit more lighthearted, and that, of course, is the Chick Chick Boom Girl. But before we get into it, I think it's important to acknowledge some of the extremely important interviews that I've covered multiple times on this channel before. Because, well, if I didn't, I wouldn't hear the end of it in the comments. So we've, of course, got Just Waiting for a Mate, Democracy Manifest,
Get your hand off my penis!
Corey Worthington, Rabid Ray off A Current Affair, The Bloke from the Train Station. I'm sure there's many more that I've covered over the last 4 or so years that I just can't remember, but those are the main ones that I can think of. Anyway, Chick Chick Boom. It was a night in May of 2009 where there was a shooting in Sydney's notorious King's Cross. And obviously when stuff like this happens, the police and the media flood to the site because, well, it makes good TV. And
fucking MSN logo up here.
The fact that this happened in the early hours of Sunday morning, there was a lot of characters around, including this girl here, 19-year-old Claire Werbeloff. And, well, this is how it went.
My friend Swan and I came out of the tattoo parlour and there were these two wogs fighting, and the fatter wog said to the skinnier wog.
Wog, in case you don't know, is debatably, you might argue it's a slur. I don't know. Depends on how you feel about it. I don't know. It basically it refers to people from the Mediterranean region. Some people consider it a slur, other people don't. Different country, like in the UK, it's considered a slur. In Australia, it's kind of used in the same way as Kiwi. Australia. It means European cunt. It's used in the same way as like fucking Seppo, which is for Americans. There's a reason we can get into Seppo, but Australia just has like a slang term for pretty much every country.
Oi, bro, you slept with my cousin, eh?
Wait, I'm gonna hear that again.
Claire Werbeloff. And, well, this is how it went.
My friend Swan and I came out of the tattoo parlour and there were these two wogs fighting, and the fatter wog said to the skinnier wog, oi, bro, you slept with my cousin, eh? And the other one said, nah, man, I didn't for shit, eh? The other one goes, I will call on my fully sick boys, and then they pulled out a gun and just went, boom. And I ran away, because that's all I wanted to see.
I mean, they even got Jeffrey Dahmer on the microphone. Now, naturally, this clip went viral simply because of just how absurd it was.
Is there one for Indians? That's a good question. I don't think I can say those ones on Twitch. I think those ones might be slurs. There probably are. None that are immediately coming to mind.
The best part, of course, is that after this all blew up, Claire admitted that she just made the whole thing up and wanted to be famous. And I personally think that that's hilarious. So I urge any of you guys out there watching, if you ever end up on live TV or the news being interviewed, make sure you put on a show because not everyone gets this opportunity. So I urge any of you guys...
No, we gotta play that one. That's a legendary clip. That's a legendary clip. Where is it? Yeah. Oh my god, this is fucking ages back.
Oh, I don't care if she's 20. Hell, I'd fuck her. You can't say you wouldn't fuck her. Maybe that's what I'll do when they find her. I'll go and fuck her. Fuck her right in her pussy.
All right, well, we definitely apologize for that editing error in that story. We are going to switch gears now to the prospect of peace talks.
It's very, very unusual.
The 3 victims were part of a CXS group.
Fuck her right in the pussy!
Oh, my goodness. And obviously, somebody has interfered with Laura Ingalls' live shot, grabbing her mic and running. We apologize for the profanity, which he also said on our air.
It is going to be a big cleanup.
It took crews longer than anticipated to find the crack in the 64-year-old pipeline. I'm standing here with Fred, who says he was greatly impacted by...
Wait, his name was Fred? Nah. Okay, sorry. That's a name that matters to me. I didn't realize his name was Fred. That explains so fucking much. Oh, I knew there is someone I know who looked very similar to this guy. I did not realize his name was also Fred. Remember the Corey guy, since he threw massive parties and made a movie after him, Project X? Why? Because he's a lad.
In the 64-year-old pipeline. I'm standing here with Fred, who says he was greatly impacted by the gushing of oil. Can you tell us a little more of what you saw?
I sure can. I was sitting on my front porch, grabbed a beer, and fuck her right in the pussy.
Back.
Well,
it's disgusting.
Tonight, warmer weather is on the way. Yeah, tomorrow looks pretty nice.
So you have not purchased your costume yet. What are you going to be this year?
A prostitute.
Okay, this gentleman here has purchased his costume. What are you going to be this year,
This guy was just going around being a menace.
Sir?
I really don't know what this is, but I've got something a whole lot scarier.
Let's see it.
Sure thing. Fuck her right in the pussy.
Oh man.
Out there watching, if you ever end up on live TV or the news being interviewed, make sure you put on a show because not everyone gets this opportunity. I know I sure would, and I feel like it's a massive part of Australian culture. If you enjoyed this video,
the Americans gotta have some of it
too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see all of you guys in the next.
I hadn't actually seen every iteration of it. I wasn't aware of some of the others. Man, that's ages back. I remember when that happened, like, we were at, everyone in school was just running around. I got auto-modded, can you even tell? No? No? What happened? What did you try to say? Everyone in my high school was just fucking running around constantly saying fuck her right in the pussy. The teachers weren't happy with it. They were not happy with it whatsoever. Oh, yeah, don't type slurs in my chat. You will probably get auto-modded. Yeah, I would recommend against doing that. I love this guy's channel. Yorak is a great... Yorak is a fucking great channel. Fucking Yorak Hunt. What is it? What is the latest one he put out? Tasmania, just Tasmania. Fair enough. I put it in quotes though. Yeah, that's definitely gonna work. Anyway, I'm gonna head out for today. Tomorrow we have Shenmue 3. I'm gonna go get some lunch and yeah, that's pretty much it. I probably won't do an LTT react this week. I'll probably do it next week. I don't know. We'll see how things go. If I feel like making a video, I've made too many videos this week, and I don't want to fucking make another one. So we'll see. We'll see what we do. Anyway, I'm gonna head off today. So enjoy the rest of the day. All the fun stuff. Be good. Be safe. Come back around for Like a Dragon and Shenmue. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. See you guys later. See you guys next time. I am out.